So here I am in my recording studio again. Um, I really didn't have anything planned to video today, but I haven't done a video in a couple of days, so I said I better do something. So I just wanted to talk to you today about our homeless situation, and I'm going to talk about it from a viewpoint of an American, United States of America. Um, this is the only place I've really been, so I can't speak to homeless situations in other countries. Um, I think the biggest thing is that a lot of times we feel like homeless individuals are a nuisance or um, essentially hustlers or swindlers. Someone who, a lot of times I hear people saying, well, why don't they just go get a job? Or why don't they um, figure out a way to make a living? Well, um, asking you for money could be considered a way of making a living. I mean, I know I'm asking for charity, so hey, how can I be upset with someone else putting in work? Because I'm not walking up and down the street with a sign in the heat, in the cold, sometimes in the rain. I don't know. I'm not doing all that to get your money. I'm just on social media begging. So who am I to say anything about somebody asking for money? And all you have to do is if you don't want to give, you just don't give. I mean, I get it. So that's really not the point. Um, a lot of times we're a little annoyed because they might have a little smell to them because they haven't bathed in a while, or maybe they don't even care about bathing anymore at this point. I don't know how long they've been on the streets. Some of them are talking to themselves because there's a mental health component, and essentially, that is almost what we consider a homeless individual. Um, you stink. You're talking to yourself. You're asking me for money. But there's another aspect to it because there's some homeless people who don't want your money. There's some homeless people who don't want um, your charity. They're trying to figure out how to get back off the street. Um, Maybe they're trying to get into a shelter. Maybe not. Maybe they're just living from relative to relative, couch surfing. Some of them have families. It's a husband and a wife with their kids, or a, a mother with her children. Homelessness is a big deal, and it's not about why they can't get themselves together. I mean, who can answer that but them? And then if you go at them like that, then why would they even answer you? Because they're gonna feel like you're attacking them, you judging them, judging their situation, judging why they didn't make it, how they failed. And who wants to be judged? So I really believe that just like everything, we should be able to treat each other with compassion. We're all human beings. Doesn't matter if you are white, yellow, brown. It doesn't matter if you have a smell or you don't. I mean, some people would rather not use deodorant. That's like a really big thing now where they're not using deodorant. Who are you to tell somebody that they need to wear deodorant? I mean, maybe they'd always been having an allergic reaction, and now they're like, why do I need to even put this chemical under my arm? Some people wear too much perfume. My allergies get attacked often, but I'm not walking over to them and saying, "Excuse me, why did you bathe in your perfume today?" I, I just deal with my allergies and keep it moving. I think we need to start considering that we're all individuals. Unless somebody comes up to you with a gun, or they're trying to bash your head in, or stick a knife in you, or harm you in some way, like intentionally harm you, is it what's wrong with giving someone a little leeway? I mean, I know, like, this is the age where we have this. I want to speak my mind, but speak your mind about something relevant. You don't have to criticize. You don't have to bash to feel good about yourself. You should be able to speak about, I don't know, a piece of art that you saw that was relevant, some music that you heard that you liked. But why you gotta bash on somebody to feel okay, to be all right? I mean, what does that really do for you? How does that edify you? Who does that edify? Does it edify you? It doesn't edify the person that you're bashing, that's for sure. So what's the point of it? Like, are you even wasting? Are you? I don't want to say you're wasting your time, but are you wasting your time? Just, I mean, that's for you to answer, not for me. But are you wasting your time even doing that? But I digress, as usual. Um, I just really think that we should look a little differently at the homeless situation. I actually feel like, as a foundation, once we get funding and we start looking into different types of real estate, I would really like for We Rejoice Crawford Foundation to set up kind of like housing, but not really housing, more of like set up as a hotel where they can essentially check in, a place where they can have their mail delivered to, not necessarily a PO box, but they can set it up to where their mail is coming. Um, if they have checks they need to cash, because I mean, we have to be for real. There are a lot of vets who are homeless. I know, like, in this day and age, checks are really kind of becoming obsolete. But just in case that's a need, if they have a cash, a social security check, anything like that, then they have that opportunity to do so. A place that they can go and have a meal, so that, a restaurant attached to the hotel in some form or fashion. And of course, I would really think that there would be security just in case, because I mean, the truth is, they probably, unfortunately, that population is going to attract some sort of violence, because it's a more vulnerable population, and there's a lot of frustration, and there's also the aspect of mental health that's going on there too. But I really think that's a viable idea. But we need more of that instead of shelters that kind of smash people together and expect you to be okay. I mean, I'm not going to talk down about any shelter, because that was your idea to help. And because people are actually staying there, evidently it's an idea that's working. Um, I just think we need to improve on the model. We we really shouldn't have people sleeping outside, even if it is a nice day. Like, mats, and you don't really know what's going on out there when they go to sleep out on your courtyard. And then just having cots kind of thrown into a large room, it takes away their privacy and it takes away their dignity. I think on certain scales, they need to still be human beings that have a little bit of privacy, a little bit of self esteem. Even though they're going through a situation, it doesn't mean that they're any less human. Even though they don't really know how to, like, some of them might not know how to fix their situation, doesn't mean they're any less human. So I think we need to start looking at them as human beings, and not as how many of them can we get in this room at one time. How many of them can fit up in here? Um, like, how do we, do this mass situation? So they're not cattle. Yeah, I almost said no matter how they smell, but that's ugly. They're not cattle. They're not cattle. So we really need to revamp our thinking and start thinking of them as humans and not as nuisances, not as people, well, almost less than people, somebody that's bothering us. Cool. Sometimes I get annoyed when somebody walking up to me and I'm getting out my car. It annoys me a little bit. But you know what? All I can do is say no, and I keep on moving. If I have it, I'll give it to you. Because I have no problem giving you $1. I have no problem giving you 35 cents, whatever. So one time I just gave somebody a scoop of pennies and just gave them a scoop of pennies. That's fine. I'm not even spending the pennies. I keep adding to the pennies. So you can have those pennies. Go have at it. Block the line at the convenience store. That's fine. But it doesn't take much out of me to say no. You have a blessed day too, because they start blessing you once you tell them no. Unless you rude about it, then they get rude. But it doesn't even. It's not even a big deal. So whenever I do a video, don't ever think that I'm trying to admonish anybody or I'm trying to preach. I might come across as a preach, but I'm not trying to preach. All I'm doing is trying to enlighten and just give you another aspect of a situation. So now you can look at a different facet and you add it to what you already know, analyze it, and see if it makes sense to you and if you should give it credence or toss it out the window. It's up to you. If you feel you should toss it out the window, go ahead and toss. It doesn't bother me one single bit. My mind is still going to be set the same way it is. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. And I kind of got a little serious there, didn't I? Oh, my bad. But as always, thank you for helping us help others. And you have a great day.